Since Israel and the United States launched attacks on the military infrastructure in Iran, some people are saying a liberated Iran will be a Christian nation, or at least not majority Muslim. How is that possible? Is reality that different from our perception of Iran? You can find people saying all kinds of things about the latest war in the Middle East. Keep watching to the end of this video because I'm going to share clips with astounding statements about Christianity and the future of Iran by people in a position to know. The U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran began on February 28, and the Feast of Purim was March 2 and 3. The reason this is so significant for many Israelis and Jews internationally is because the Feast of Purim commemorates the attempted genocide of the Jews by the Persian high government official Haman about 2,500 years ago. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu mentioned the connection, as did the Israeli ambassador to the United Nations. Ancient Persia is modern Iran, which has chanted death to Israel for decades. But we are learning that the people of Iran have very different beliefs than the theocratic regime, with very surprising possibilities. As you know, if you've watched any of my other videos, this channel mostly explores the age of the kingdom, the period 3,000 years ago when King Saul, King David, and King Solomon built Israel into a great nation. That's the background of my biblical historical fiction series, Age of the Kingdom, 3 books of which are available at GaryIvey.com. The events involving ancient Persia and Israel happened several hundred years after King Solomon, but the Judahite kings were all descendants of David. The events affecting Israel in captivity in Persia are recorded in the Bible in books like Esther, Daniel, Ezra, Nehemiah, and others. Persia today is Iran, and the current military action by modern Israel and the United States is the best opportunity for liberating Iran since the takeover by fanatical Islamists 47 years ago. Before the Islamic Revolution, Iran was a modern country, relatively free and open, more Western than Middle Eastern. After the revolution, dissent has been ruthlessly put down. Each time the people protested over the years, the regime has brutally murdered thousands. Estimates are that as many as 50,000 Iranians were killed in just the past few months during the current uprising that culminated in the attacks by Israel and the U.S. It's hard to see how there can be a good outcome because the theocrats ruling Iran believe they are destined to fulfill Shiite Muslim prophecy that they will destroy not just the non-Muslim world, but their Sunni rivals as well, if they will not become Shiite. But the oppression of the Iranian people since the revolution 47 years ago may be backfiring if the people in the clips I'm going to play are right. Pastor Martin Cedra of Echo Church in Sydney, Australia, makes an astounding statement in an interview on the Officer Tatum show.
In Iran in 2023, there was 75,000 mosques in Iran. In 2023, 50,000 mosques shut down. 50,000 mosques shut down in 2023 because people are not going.
Whoa.
The fastest growing church in the world right now is not in America. The fastest growing church is in Iran, under Islamic dictatorship.
50,000 of the 75,000 mosques in Iran, 2/3 have been shut down because nobody is going? That's amazing. Apparently, the mullah's policy of beatings will continue until morale improves isn't working. You can find many other references to this trend online. If millions of Iranians are turning away from Islam, what are they turning to? Kelly Wright interviewed Edwin Abnus of Christian Broadcasting Network's ministry Heart for Iran, and he sheds some light.
What is it that you hope for CBN, Heart for Iran, to continue to do for helping the underground church in Iran, as well as the Islamic people in Iran who are being exposed to Christ, even in their dreams, as we understand?
Yes.
What can we do to help Heart for Iran and CBN minister to the people of Iran in the midst of this warfare, spiritually and physically?
I want the viewers to understand how important it is now. What an amazing time we live in. Before this revolution, the number of Muslim background Christians there were very few, maybe less than 500. Now the latest stat that has been done in 2020 shows that 1.5% of Iranian population identify themselves as Christians. That's a historic moment in Iranian life and the history, that people are coming to Christ in masses. So we have about 1 million, that the number is debated, but it's about 1 million Iranian, Muslim background Iranians that are coming to Christ. So God is moving. God is over there. We want to be where God is.
So Edwin Abnus says there were only about 500 Christians in Iran before the revolution in 1979, but now there are about 1 million. Again, the mullah's Islamic revolution seems to have backfired. The theocratic regime that has oppressed the Iranian people for 47 years has succeeded in turning the population against Islam. I want to play a clip for you from the YouTube channel of Sean McDowell, who is a Christian apologist, son of well-known apologist Josh McDowell, and professor at Biola University. In this clip, Sean interviews Dr. Hormoz Shariat, an Iranian Christian evangelist and founder of Iran Alive Ministry. He goes even further about the current state of religion in Iran.
The people of Iran have rejected Islam, and it has taken them 40-some years. So it's not an overnight emotional decision.
Yeah.
It's very deliberate. That's why I make this outrageous statement, which I believe. Are you ready to hear it?
Let's go.
Iran is no longer an Islamic nation, and it will never be.
Oh my goodness. All right. Explain what you mean and defend it. Go.
Yeah, I couldn't defend it because I see that with people, but now I can defend it. 5 years ago, they did a survey to university professors in Europe. They did a very scientific study of 50,000 Iranians, asking them what you believe. So less than 1/3 said we believe in Islam, and that's 5 years ago. Through all these, I would say, not 30, less than 30. I think it's less than 10 right now. 10% would say Islam is the way. So 1/3 said, only less than 1/3 said we believe in Islam. Another 1/3 said, God, we don't believe in God, or God is not important to us. And the last 1/3 looked all over the place for God. Eastern religion, New Age religion, and of course, Christianity, that many are coming to Christ. So there is a solid proof for Iran is no longer an Islamic nation.
So Dr. Shariat makes the astounding claim that a liberated Iran will no longer be Muslim. I should note that this video was made about 3 weeks before the United States and Israel began their current bombing campaign. So his comments are in the context of the unrest and protests that preceded the military action. I think we can all hope for an Iran that may not be a Christian nation per se, but at least allows religious freedom. That would transform the region and reduce the terrorist threat for the whole world. Join me in praying for the liberation of the Iranian people so they can worship as they see fit, freely and openly. That's all for now. Click the like button and subscribe to my channel. See you next time for more stories from the age of the kingdom.